Good morning, everyone. Unless you are watching later, we had quite a few people ask for the replay. So if you're watching the replay, we appreciate that as well, whatever time of day that may be. Today we're talking about hot flashes. I'm going to tell you why I'm qualified to talk about this and why a man is sitting here in front of you that doesn't likely experience hot flashes. And then we're going to get into some details of hot flash relief, what you can do to help prevent or alleviate and handle hot flashes. And also, these shows are interactive, so we're going to ask for your opinion. I'm going to ask for your feedback. So I think that this is a fantastic time for us to share. This is a private group for a reason. This is a fantastic time to share what you're going through, what has worked for you, what may not have necessarily worked for you. So I'm excited to jump into this show and see what we find. I'm just gonna check real quick. I always got to check to make sure we're in the right group, and then I'll read. It's always nice to hear. I did a Zoom call last night. It was really odd because it hadn't happened and I know not everyone likes the camera on, but we're launching this. This is different, of course. This is not, I can't see you guys, but I do Zoom coaching calls one-on-one, and then we do Zoom group coaching calls. And on the group coaching calls, everyone turns their camera on and everyone participates. Last night was a little bit different. It was a bit odd, to be honest with you. I just hadn't experienced it before, so we had a bunch of people in there, and most people had their cameras off. So I was doing a training conversation with like a bunch of blank screens, which was actually quite challenging. It's much more challenging to have a presentation when you don't know if people are because you kind of read off, right? It's similar to this, but you kind of read off the audience, and you're whoever you're talking to is they get it, or they're they have that blank look I have no idea what you're talking about, or they're no, this guy is crazy. So at any rate, we're kicking off today's the last day to sign up for our 14-day fitness challenge. We start Monday. Meal preps this weekend. We start Monday, so I did a group coaching call, a live prep call, and it was just a bit different because I wasn't not used to on Zoom coaching calls. I'm not used to people having their cameras off, so that was a bit odd. But at any rate, neither here nor there. I'm gonna tag everyone because there's a bunch of people that wanted to check out this replay. So Shelly says good morning. Rhonda says sorry, Drew. I was one. It's okay. I don't mean to I'm not trying to put you down. I was just sharing my experience. A lot of times people aren't used to camera. When we started doing our group coaching calls in our private MAP group, most people had their cameras off, and I was try to just explain to them hey guys, if you're talking to someone, right, just put yourself in someone else's shoes. If you're talking to someone and they turn their screen off, right, it's just not a very comfortable feeling someone's hiding behind a dark screen. So, but I know some people were working. I did ask people not to be driving. That doesn't make me feel good. If something were to happen while they're listening to me, I don't feel comfortable with that. So I do ask people not to drive, but I know there's different reasons why people necessarily may not want their screen on, but it's appreciated, I suppose I could say. Angela's in here, Rebecca's in here, Amanda's in here, Angela, another Angela. Mar says good morning, happy freezing day. Sandra's in here, and then we have Laura says good morning. We can step outside this morning. We can step outside this morning in -40. You can't? I guess you could if you wanted to. Okay, so let's jump into it. I put together a little. You know what I'm going to do in the future for you guys? I've been doing more PowerPoints. So last night for that presentation for our 14-day challengers, I did a PowerPoint presentation, and then I've done one in our group coaching calls for our private group. And that's our MAP program when I say private group. So I'm going to do some PowerPoints for you, but I started to take some notes for you guys because a lot of times after I do the show, people are hey, can I read anything that you did the video about? And sometimes most of the times I'm no. at any rate, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Suzanne, and Bev jumped in here as well. Okay, so let me explain. Those of you, there's going to be some new faces in here, which is fantastic. We're getting more and more people into our private groups. Those of you that may be listening on Exploring Mind and Body, this is also being live streamed on a Facebook group. So we have a nationally syndicated radio show and podcast that we put these shows on as a podcast as well. So if you're a podcast listener or if you're driving, that'd be a better option to watch afterwards, or sorry, to listen afterwards. We're having a snowstorm. I know everyone's having a snowstorm. I don't feel bad. We are sunshine and palm trees over here, and we've been through plenty of snowstorms. If you live in Alberta or from Alberta, you know. So, and I've been there plenty of times where I saw all kinds of pictures of people like in Mexico or exotic places. So I'm not dealing with a snowstorm, and I don't feel bad that that I'm not there, but I do feel you guys. Okay, I'm gonna jump into this. Where's my notes? So I feel like it's worth mentioning that we work with exclusively women. And then from there, and that's not to say we don't have some customers. We do sell supplements, and I'll mention that in a second. We have supplements. We do fitness, nutrition planning, and that some of our customers are male that buy our supplements, and that's you. Sometimes we have outliers, right? But sometimes, in most cases, that's the women recommending it to their husbands. But in most cases, we work with women almost exclusively. Very few men, for whatever reason. That's just how it worked out. And then the majority of those, 80%, is for women that are 40 to 60 years old. So what does that mean? This has been 10 plus years. It's not like I dabbled in working with athletes and such, but women have always been attracted to our style of training and teaching for whatever reason. So over the years, we've been having conversations about hot flashes, about hormones, about menopause. So this isn't a new or foreign type of subject for me to talk about. So it's actually quite easy, and I'm not uncomfortable talking about or answering these questions. So I feel like that's worth mentioning why we're talking about this topic in particular, because we're getting more and more questions about it. So let's talk about it. Let's open it up to the group, and you can listen to our experiences and our information, and then you can share your experiences as well, which is what I love about these interactive groups. Suzanne says, this is in Wisconsin. They're saying 7 to 12 inches of snow. Crazy. And everyone's talking about weather, right? Good morning, Carrie. And my aunt Joan jumped in here as well. So okay. So when it comes to hot flashes in particular, I'm going to tell you some things that you may not want to know, or may not want to hear, or may not want to believe. So it's completely up to you what you take away from this. And I always suggest people doing their own research. If you don't want to believe what I'm saying, or if you want to find different information, that's perfectly fine. I'd actually encourage you. Don't just listen to me. Listen to a number of other people that offer suggestions and have the experience to do so accurately. So I'm just looking at my notes here. There's a couple things that I'm sure people are going to be like, not doing that, or not doing that. So the first thing that stands out, so as a nutrition and a fitness company that also has a branch of supplements. So our supplements, I feel like it's worth mentioning that we don't sell other people's supplements. It's not an MLM. We don't even white label. We don't take someone else's product and put our label on it. We design our own products with manufacturers. So we look at all the ingredients. We have our hands in every step of the process from the very beginning to the end product of shipping. So often they have these companies where you can, someone else, some other manufacturer, some other company, it's their brand, it's their product. All you do is pay them to put your label on it, and they ship it out. You don't do anything. So that's what a lot of these big name people do. Like, oh wow, had they develop a protein supplement over a couple of weeks because it's not theirs, right? So, and that's fine. However they want to do it. I just want to let you guys know we're different in that regard. We pay attention to every single ingredient that's in all of our products. So that's when I talk about we're a supplement company. I think sometimes people kind of take a step back, like, oh, What are they going to try to sell me? That's not what we're about. This is an information-based show. I'm going to tell you some of the products that we have to recommend, and you decide if you feel like that might be helpful to you. But when it comes to our individual clients and when we're working with them, we find, and this is through the experience of our clients of what they tell us. So often they'll come to us and they'll have what it feels like is an extreme hormone imbalance. So their their hot flashes hit heavy and hard. So they're frequently, and they are more affected at a deeper level, right? So once we start working with them, they'll tell us that their hot flashes start to alleviate a little bit. I'm not going to say we can eliminate them completely. I can say that we'll alleviate that through a number of different avenues. So I feel like it's worth mentioning, the healthier you are, the more steps that you take to help improve your health as a whole, the less hot flashes you'll have and the less heavy they'll be, for lack of a better term. So that's the first step I want you to understand, is that you take proper steps to improve your nutrition, to improve your everything, digestion. I'm going to talk about stress levels today. Then that's the first step for you. So if you're not working out, should be working out, right? May not want to hear that, but that's going to help improve your health as a whole and reduce your hot flashes in general. We got Donna in here, Lori, Danielle. Good morning, Lori. We got Karen jumped in here. Sue found us. Awesome. Okay. So the thing is, when it comes to exercise, let's say when we're talking about living healthier as a whole, when it comes to exercise, I feel like a lot of people, they're not really sure what to do or how to go about exercising. So for example, if you're going through menopause and you have hot flashes on a regular basis, and then someone's like, go exercise to go burn body fat, then they go jump on a treadmill for an hour and a half and their face is bright red, they're dripping sweat, they're not seeing results, and then the hot flashes set in and they're like, right, losing their mind because you're not seeing the results. One, you're not on a proper program, so you're not going to continue to see your increase your metabolism and drop your body fat. And then those hot flashes could possibly be ignited or at a deeper level because of that long duration of cardio. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be doing cardio, and I'm not saying that the cardio will let's say inflame your hot flashes. But I'm saying that if you're not on a proper program and it's just like, go do a bunch of cardio, that's going to help you drop inches or live healthier. That's probably not going to get you the results that you're looking for. And that's the same with nutrition, right? So I'm going to talk about a few things with nutrition in particular that could possibly make your hot flashes worse or make it better. But if you're following a nutrition plan and it's not specific to you, to your age, to your body weight, to your wants and needs, then that may, like your specific calorie count, then you're not going to see the results you're looking for. Like we had someone join us not too long ago. I think they're 3 weeks in and 12 pounds down. And they said, they told us they're between 40 and 60 years old. They said, I thought I had too much of a hormone imbalance to see proper benefits. I wasn't able to, nothing seemed to work, right? And I wasn't seeing the results. So I thought I just wasn't able to lose weight and trim up and burn body fat. And then we put them on a program and they started to feel fantastic in a short amount of time. And that body weight, we increased their metabolism, and that body weight and body fat started to melt off. So it's important for you to understand that you should have very specific programming from exercise to nutrition. And often we're just kind of cherry picking different programs for YouTube videos. Or a lot of times, like I see women and I'll say, well, what have you tried? And they're like, oh, so-and-so wrote me a program. And I go and research so-and-so, and they're a bodybuilder. So they make bodybuilder nutrition and fitness programs for someone that doesn't want to be a bodybuilder. So all I'm saying is that you need someone very specific to help you see the results that you're looking for. I want to mention maca here. This is one of my, I suppose, more powerful tips. So this is a supplement. So maca is a root, and it's a superfood. It's also an adaptogen, and it's grown high up in the Andes Mountains. This superfood, we only get it in powder form. If you go to Peru, for example, you can actually get the fruit, but a fruit, right? It's a root that grows up higher than the rock line. I think it might be the only root that does that. At any rate, you can buy this at health food stores in a powder form. This is great for hormone regulation. It also helps with naturally increasing your energy levels. So why I say naturally is because you can increase your energy levels with caffeine, with refined sugar, with those energy drinks. But anytime you unnaturally put a spike in your insulin levels that increase your blood pressure, there's always a crash. And of course, we run into a diabetic type of issues when we have too many blood pressure spikes, right? Which messes up with our high blood pressure. So you don't want continual spikes, which increase your blood pressure, which is where we run into issues, right? So when I say naturally, like a natural product, like a Maca product, that's naturally, it's not going to cause those drastic spikes that are going to cause more issues in your health. It also helps with your libido. So these are 3 important tips why I recommend Maca. It has a bit of a nutty flavor. It comes in a yellowish powder. In most cases, they have red Maca. And that's something that I'd recommend you adding to your shakes on a regular basis and or smoothies. So again, it's an adaptogen, so it fills in other areas as well. So you'll see other benefits than just those 3 that I mentioned. We got Patricia's in here. Good morning, Patricia. Janice, Zoe. Rhonda says, why would it make my face tingle when I take Maca? I have no idea, Rhonda. I've never heard that before. I've actually heard that Maca helps with complexion. So maybe it's doing something to your collagen or skin. I'd also need to look at your meal plan, your lifestyle. I feel like a lot of times people try one thing. Like I had someone say, oh, magnesium makes me sleepy. And I'm like, never heard that before. It'd be hard pressed to find research that says that magnesium can actually make you sleepy, but that's fine. I don't mean to, like, that's your experience, and I don't want to downplay that. Like I want to recognize everyone's experience and what you're going through, but I would need to look at a holistic lifestyle, food, stress, etc. I wouldn't just look at Maca in particular to be able to tell if that's what's happening. Okay, so that's Maca. We got okay. What's next? How are you guys? How are we doing? Is that hitting home for anyone? Has anyone else tried Maca? Has anyone else felt through exercise and improved nutrition that their hot flashes have been reducing? I'd love to hear in the comments how you guys are doing. So the next one is stress levels. So the more stress you have, the more hot flashes you have. And that goes to living that healthy lifestyle that we often talk about. So that goes with proper nutrition, proper exercise. You have someone that he keeps you accountable to in keeping your motivation high so you can complete your exercise and nutrition on a regular basis. And that comes with stress levels, right? So in most cases, we find that people don't eat particularly well and they don't exercise. They have high stress levels. And that's normal, right? Like that's a normal, what's the word? That's a normal result. So if you look at like highly processed food, refined sugar, rancid oils, regular toxins, additives, fillers, corns, like maltodextrins, those are going to stress your body out at a cellular level. So you're going to naturally be more stressed. That's just how it is. The same thing with exercise. You look at exercise, it's the number one way to reduce stress. So people that are eating right and exercising on a regular basis naturally have lower stress levels. So that's why it's important. Like that's why when I talk about this, like the staple of reducing your hot flashes is living that healthy lifestyle through exercise and nutrition. And I think you'd be hard pressed to just try some of these examples I'm telling you and not try other things through nutrition and exercise to see that holistic benefit of reduced hot flashes, or at least that such a heavy hit every time you get those hot flashes coming your way. Shelly says, how much Maca every day? A teaspoon. 1 teaspoon of Maca will do it for you. Exercise works for me and eating well. Nadine just jumped in here. So she says exercise and eating well helps improve her hot flashes. So, I mean, we'll see that across the board of results. If you start talking to people that are in this age range and going through menopause and having hot flashes, you take one person that is exercising and eating well, you take another person, and they'll have drastically different hot flashes. And that's the same thing. Like, that's the same thing with supplements, like supplementation. We talk to people that are like, oh, I don't know if supplements work, blah, blah, blah. If you take two different people, and we've been working with people individually for over 10 years. Like, take one person that's taking natural supplements, clean, healthy ones, and you take someone that's not, the benefits are like night and day. Mar says, I find if I don't exercise first thing in the morning, my flashes are crazy. Yeah, thanks, Mar. And that's just helping reinforce, like, this is our experience, but it's not my information, right? This is experience that we've heard from our clients over the years, which I'm hoping to pass on to you. That's what a coach is for, right? Like, a coach should help you with more accurate information and help you get quicker to your answer. You hire a coach to save you time. The problem is a lot of people won't exchange their money. Like, you're either money's more important to you or time. And I feel like all of us should understand that time is more valuable than, like, lose a family member passes on, we all realize that time with them is more valuable than anything. So we often keep trying things on our own, try over and over and over again. And instead of exchanging your money for time to hire a coach that can help you see the results that you're looking for. And that's it. So, okay, so we look at stress, back to my point of stress in particular. So there's different things that stress us out, and there's different things that we can do to reduce stress. One of the things that's interesting to me, and I can see across the board, like, I used to watch this for sports. Like, I played high level sports. I went through high school, junior college, university, and professional. And I would see, and later on in my career, I started to pay attention to a bit more things on a deeper level. So I would see someone get in a fight with their wife, with their girlfriend, with a teammate, get in trouble from management, whatever it was, their stress levels would rise. And it was such a, what's the word? First, it was clear. It was so clear to me what was going to happen, and it was accurate 100% of the time. When someone, like one of our teammates, went through something at a stressful level, they became injured. And I feel like that stress level shows up on the weakest part of our body. So sometimes people are like, oh, I get really bad digestion issues when family comes to visit, right? When, like, that anxiety hits some of us, that anxiety, that depression, whatever it is, that hits our gut and intestines on a deep level. So everything's constricted, right? So we have a harder time with the natural flow of things. And then other times we have it on our, like, knee pain, back pain. Like, I'm sure if you looked at Eastern or some type of Chinese medicine, the yin and the yang, they're going to tell you that there's a specific reason why things show up on our body. And that's, in my opinion, that's due to stress. So the problem is that we don't do things to reduce stress in our life. Exercise being one of them, proper nutrition being another. Like, for example, we're emotional eaters, right? When you are entirely stressed out, what do? You go to the carbs, the chips, cookies, muffins, donuts. Like, oh, I hear it all the time. I hear it almost every day. I'm a stress eater. So that's something that needs to stop, because you're stressed out, and then you're putting highly processed foods, toxic, rancid, preservatives, like those things that are going to increase your stress level. So we need to find a different outlet instead of eating those types of foods that are going to cause more stress on our body. Some of the things like breathing exercises, meditation or prayer, writing, same level as journaling, crafting, knitting, whatever it is. It could be chopping wood, it could be chopping vegetables. It needs to be something that's repetitive, that's relaxing for you, so your mind isn't so focused on the thing that's stressing you out so much, right? That's stress in particular. Then, as if you're looking for a supplement, you could look at magnesium. So magnesium has over 300 enzymatic functions in the body. So magnesium is a natural relaxant. That's why it helps with sleep, number one, because it naturally relaxes you. It helps with restless legs because it can actually relax your muscles that are causing those jumps or those twitches, right? That's why magnesium plays such an important role in your body, to not just heal but to relax. Same thing with your digestive system. Many of our digestive systems are in knots because of the food we put in our body and because of our stress levels. So if you put something like magnesium in your body as a relaxant, it'll start to relax those internal intestines and offer a better flow of movement, so you're not so tightly wrapped up. And it says late but here now. Good morning. Chocolate. Charlene's in here. Let's see what we have. Tracy says, drinking my morning protein shake with maca as I watch this. Awesome. I have been taking maca for months now, and I've noticed my flashes have greatly improved. Look at that. Beautiful, Tracy. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's it's so nice to be able to sit here and have these conversations with you guys and have that experience of you guys sharing what's been going on and how that can be beneficial to you. So taking a good quality magnesium supplement is obviously recommended. I like to recommend liquid magnesium. That's what we have. That's what we produce. I had someone recently message about a pill. Like, why isn't this pill working for me as it should? Pills are like magnesium pills. In many cases, they're low quality. They're cheaply produced. They're much cheaper to produce than a liquid. They're more abundantly found. And usually they have like silicon dioxide, titanium dioxide. That's the whitening agent, which is a toxin, which makes your pill actually white. Usually maltodextrin, which is a filler as a corn product. So it's like they're just usually low quality products, unfortunately. And then the other aspect is you take a pill, you ingest it, right? And it has to be broken down by your digestive system. It has to go through your digestive tract. And then it has to be rehydrated, and then it goes to your bloodstream. There's just more steps, right? Like, that's exhausting just explaining with it. You take a liquid mag that you ingest, like a liquid magnesium, and it hits your bloodstream right away. It doesn't even have to go through your digestive tract for you to start seeing results. So that's the difference. And then, of course, we wouldn't add any additives, fillers, or any of that nonsense that you shouldn't be putting in your body anyways. So if you want details of liquid magnesium, you can let me know. But that's definitely something that you guys should be taking on a regular basis. That would help reduce your hot flashes. Leanne says, liquid mag is great. Thanks, Leanne. Good morning, Nicole. Chantel jumped in here as well. Big group today. Hot topic. So, okay, my next tip. How are we doing? Are you guys feeling good about this so far? Is this something that you guys think you can handle? So to recap, you're going to look at exercise and nutrition. Start on a program. Like, what better time is it to start? And here's the thing is that I know some people are going to be watching this or listening at a later date, but at this time, this is we're recording this in early January. And I feel like it's such a motivating time. If you're not motivated now, when are you going to be motivated? Like, I feel like there's different times in life when motivation comes, and it's like the start of the new year, and it's a fresh start, and you get to set new goals or new resolutions and work in more. It's almost like a reset, right? But a lot of times people don't consider that. There's like, oh, it's just another month, or they don't really set themselves up with a plan. They're like, bought a gym membership with no real plan. They go for a couple weeks and then they're done, right? Like, I think clear research shows around 21 days into the new year, a huge percentage, 90% of people have stopped whatever they decided that they wanted to start. So we're working on a deeper level with our MAP clients. And if you're not sure what that means, it's our Metabolism Accelerator program. And we're going through our private training of digging deep into how to properly set goals, how to frame your mindset, how to break them down. And like, I know it's not exciting. People don't want to talk about it, but I really feel like that's what's going to motivate you. So if you look at, for example, we're in phase one. Many times in phase one is our clients, we put them on a weight loss or a fat burning stage for them to get to their goal weight, right? So we're measuring progress pictures, we're measuring with a tape, and we're measuring on the scale more for food, not for accuracy or success of the program, because weight is the least accurate measure of success, in my opinion. But so what happens when you hit your goal weight? Just think about that for example. You hoping that scale, especially if you're only using the scale as a measurement of success, you hit your goal weight, and then what happens? You stop doing the things where you found success. You stop showing up to your coaching calls. You stop putting as much effort into your nutrition planning as you used to. Maybe you're not getting all your workouts in because you're not motivated. You're like, okay, I hit this. Or you see people that join a program and they may hit their goal weight and they're like, great, and then they leave. And all the steps that took them there have been eliminated because they stopped that program and then they go back to their regular lifestyle and they gain all that weight back. So that's not our intention. Our intention is to show our clients how to see results that will last them forever. So once they hit their goal weight, we start to set different goals in their life so they can keep those results and have something to look forward to. If you're always focused on the scale, just think about that for example. Once that's taken away, or once your scale's not going to drop anymore, because everyone has a limit of how much you can lose that's going to be healthy, then what do? You have to find the next step. And that comes with the goal setting that people don't really want to talk about, but that's for a different subject. We got Chelsea in here, and then Nicole says, literally sweating. Angela says, Matt program is life-changing. No regrets on my decision to join. Thanks, Angela. It's so nice to hear that. Angela's down. Can we share Angela? I think Angela shared in a different live, but Angela's down 31 pounds and is doing absolutely amazing. Crushing it. We have tons of testimonials of our people doing really well. Okay. Then we go to a couple things you probably don't want to hear about, but regardless, this is what we found through our research and experience. Caffeine. Caffeine can increase they can increase your, frequency of hot flashes, and it can also increase the intensity. I don't know why that's difficult for me to say. Increase the frequency and intensity. That's what a couple of these things I'm going to read off here for you. So that's caffeine. I'm not telling you not to drink coffee. People get so upset at me when I start to talk bad about their coffee. Like because you have people, like you have an expert that says caffeine's an antioxidant. It's actually a health food. And I'm like, it's not. Like it's not. It's highly addictive. When you get off it, you get the shakes. Like sometimes it's all like, how many times have you heard, I can't wake up without my morning coffee? Like magnesium, coffee strips magnesium from your body. Like it's just not. It also dehydrates you. Like in my opinion, it's not a health food. But I don't care. Like if you must have your coffee, then drink your coffee. But you should do things to protect yourself. Coffee also has known to cause digestion issues as well. And I'm not putting coffee down. I like to support local coffee shops. We have a good friend that owns a coffee shop. And I understand that if you really want your coffee, then have your coffee, but then you should drink extra water. You should take extra magnesium. You should be prepared for more intense hot flashes and accept that. If you're going to accept coffee in your life, then you have to accept the what comes along with it. And that may not be the most ideal, but the truth of the matter is that that's what happens. That's what our clients will tell us. That's what research will tell us. So that's what our experience shows us, is that if you're going to consume coffee, especially in larger quantities, I would look at a fair trade coffee. I would look at what you're putting in there, sugar or flavoring. Those are there's different ways to continue to enjoy your coffee and just take a step back from the whole coffee world of that white powdered junk or the refined sugar that you're putting in it and the cheapest low quality coffee that you could find. So there's different ways you can work around that, but that's a choice that you have to make for yourself. Nicole says, what if you only have one coffee a day, not pots and pots like some do? You say pots or pods? I like my coffee. I limit my coffee to one a day. Look, you can have your coffee. You can have your coffee. And I hear that often. I only have one a day, right? And that's fine. That's better than 3 or 4, right? That's better than a pot. But that's like someone saying, I wouldn't say these are exact parallels, but just listen to my example. Someone that and I've worked with people that would drink a 2-liter Coke a day. So you have a 2 liter Coke a day, and think what happens that does to your bones, to your teeth, to your intestines, to your overall health. And then they're like, okay, I'm only going to have 1 can a day, right? Like, is that the best choice? Probably not. But is that better than 2 liters? Yes. So if you're going to have less, better option. Is that going to help you eliminate your hot flashes? Probably not. Let's be real. Nicole says, "Oh my god, shit." Okay, let's see here. The next one is spicy foods that I have on the list. So spicy foods, and here's the problem: is that spicy foods are really good to help burn body fat. So like that increases your metabolism, and it's like, I don't know what it is. It's like a burning inside, right? It can internally help burn your metabolism, and it's hot, right? You sweat. You sweat from you sweat from spicy foods, but the problem is like that internal combustion, like that internal flame, that which is like where your hot flashes come from, that can help intensify your hot flashes and possibly cause them to happen more frequently. So I would suggest staying away from spicy foods, especially if you're going through hot flashes and they're extreme. Some people don't, and you know what the thing is, like, it's hot flashes are interesting. Hormones are interesting in particular. Maybe not interesting to you, but I've done a lot of research around this and had many conversations. And the thing is that I got talked to some people, or I sent some invites, and some people are like, "Oh, past menopause. I'm not even close to menopause." It's like an insult to be like, "Hey, are you going through menopause?" I'm not quite sure why. But you can have menopause at very young ages. Some people hit menopause early. Some people hit menopause a little bit later. The majority is around 40 to 60, right? And even like early 40-year-olds are like, no, I'm not dealing with menopause. But it can happen earlier. It can happen in your 30s. So the thing is, like, everyone's body is different. So that's why all your bodies need to be treated differently. So that's why we work with our clients on an individual basis of how many calories you need. What are your specific goals to help inspire you, to give you motivation? So it's really difficult, like if you're talking to a group of people, and this is general information, right? Like spicy foods, some of you may be sitting here and spicy foods may not affect you at all, right? To help increase, I'm talking about hot flashes in general, right? And other people, it could be like a switch, and you could be like on fire inside, right? Laura says, MAP program is the best decision I made for myself. I take my liquid mag every morning and only sip a partial cup of coffee on my workday. On my days off, I sometimes forget to have coffee. And then she uses maca and Magtin in her smoothies. Awesome, Laura. Thank you so much for sharing that. Karina jumped in here, and Nicole says, is it best to take mag in the morning or in the evening? In the morning. I know some people are used to taking magnesium in the morning because it helps with sleep. So people are like, oh, I'm going to take it right before bed. It'll make me sleepy. That's not how natural supplements work. That might be how pharmaceuticals work, or antibiotics, or however you want to spin that. But when you're taking, like, when in most cases, like, okay, magnesium in particular, you're building up stores in your body. So everyone has a magnesium level. Like if you go to the doctor and you say, can I get my magnesium levels checked? They'll tell you. The problem there is it's not necessarily accurate. So sorry for that caveat, but if you go and take magnesium and then you get your blood tested, that's different than like slowly building up your magnesium levels, right? So it's not like if you take your magnesium right before bed, it's not gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna start falling asleep. We recommend magnesium in the morning because of different reasons. Like magnesium is going to give you a natural energy boost. At least ours is, our liquid mag. This is what we hear from our clients. So you'll have a natural boost of energy from magnesium, and that doesn't mean it's going to keep you up at night. I know this contradicts itself a little bit, but this will also help improve your digestion. So if you have magnesium in the morning, you can have improved digestion throughout the day instead of just at night, right? Energy boost, and then I'm not sure what the other one was. So at any rate, we find more results throughout the day than just magnesium at night. And the other aspect is that we recommend activated charcoal in the evening, and then we don't recommend taking another supplement with activated charcoal. We recommend taking that by itself, So you get the benefits throughout the evening, the detoxing, the digestion with activated charcoal in the evening, and then liquid magnesium in the morning throughout the day. Something else that we recommend is what Laura mentioned, and that's Magtin. So that's magnesium threonate. It's the only magnesium that can break the blood-brain barrier. So we take this one and recommend taking it in the afternoon, like 3 o'clock. That just gives you a mental. It offers up mental clarity, and we're up early working all day, so that helps us. And a lot of times we hear from our customers that say it's really helped with my afternoon crash, and with that ability to affect the cognitive function, that can help reduce stress as well. So that's another one that could be of interest for you guys. Okay, we're going a little bit over time. I guess if you guys have to jump, that's perfectly fine. But there's a few more things I want to talk about here. So night sweats is another one. So night sweats is part of the whole hormone menopause hot flashes. I feel like night sweats are just close relative, a brother or sister of hot flashes. You could even look at it as night sweats are caused by hot flashes, right? So you have your hot flashes at night. I want to give you just a few tips here. One of them in particular is to wear light pajamas. So if you're wearing, just think about, I know some of this, I feel like some of this is oversimplification or maybe common sense, not to insult anyone, but if you're wearing fleece pajamas and you're going through night sweats, what's going to happen? You're just going to be hotter in hot pajamas, and they're hard to take off, right? Like if you have lighter pajamas and you have a blanket over, whether it's a light sheet or a heavier blanket in the winter, you can flip that off pretty quick. But taking your PJs off, taking your fleece PJs off in the middle of the night because they're soaking wet, that's not as convenient as lighter weight pajamas. And then if you need, just flipping the blanket over or kicking your leg out, of course. Sue says my first hot flash was when I was 37. It was a massive one too. Thanks for sharing that, Sue. We got Sherry jumped in here and Lisa jumped in here. So PJs, right? Like look at the type of PJs that you have, and many of you are watching from a colder climate, so you probably have heavier PJs. If you're going through hot flashes in the evening, I would suggest lighter PJs. And on that same level, I would say make sure you have a change of PJs close. Like have a change of. So here's the thing: is like we know how important sleep is, and we know how difficult sleep can be at this age range. So you don't want to have soaking wet PJs from you're sweating from your hot flashes, and you got to go, it's dark, or you got to flip the light on, and then you're digging through your drawer to find a different pair of PJs, and you're wide awake, right? Just put a pair of PJs, like a second pair close to the bed, so you can just exchange them and go back into bed and hopefully fall asleep more quickly. And like if you get up, you turn the light on, you're digging through your drawers, then you start scrolling through your news feed, and then you're like, I don't know why I can't sleep. What just happened? You just completely woke up your whole system, and it's much more difficult to go back to sleep. So make it as convenient as possible for you to make the exchange and then jump back into bed. And then on that same level, so two things. One is a fan, like keeping a fan close to your bed. And if that's not on all the time, so sometimes people like fans for white noise. If that fan isn't on you all night, some people are hot sleepers. Like I have two people in my family that are super hot. They burn like on fire. So they could sleep with a fan on them, and it wouldn't affect them because they are so hot at night. So if your body's hot and it burns hot at night and you have hot flashes, you could consider a fan all the time. That's number one. And the other thing I was looking at is cooling blankets. You could find blankets that keep you cool at night, and that might be nice if you have a spouse. Like you have a spouse that doesn't necessarily want to be freezing at night, but because you're burning so hot, you need to be cooler, right? So there's actual blankets that can help cool you. I've actually seen these blankets where they're, we had one growing up, like an old school kind of heating blanket. You hit the switch and it heats up. Oh, I have great memories of that. Cold winter, crawl into the big bed, hit the switch on. Who's with me? Did anyone else have one of those? But there's I feel there's different blankets where they have different temperatures, so you can set different temperatures. So maybe you want a blanket that's actually cooling instead of keeping you warmer at night. Okay, and the other one was Okay, that was my tip with that. I've heard this from a number of different people. They use peppermint. So peppermint along the back of their neck to help cool them down during, and peppermint's soothing, it's cooling, it's healing. So a drop of peppermint essential oil on the back of your neck when you're going through a hot flash can help cool your body. If you want to level up, take that to the next level, we have a magnesium spray. So our magnesium spray, most people use for restless legs or a bit of chronic pain in their joints around their knees, ankles, hips. We have a lot of customers that use our spray for hot flashes in the evening. They put it right by their bed stand, and then you just offer spray your legs down, or you could. It's just magnesium. It's clean. You could spray your back of your neck to help cool you down during hot flashes. If that's in the middle of the night, you could even do that during the day. We just have a small bottle that you can pop in your purse or pop in your desk at work. So that could be an option as well. So you get your magnesium and you get your peppermint at the same time. Rebecca says, I have a ceiling fan and a fan on the side of my bed on every night, summer and winter. Yeah. So you run hot. We have this place we're staying here. We don't have one at home, but there's two fans. There's one fan here and there's one fan in the bedroom. And we have the fan on at night, and I'm cold. I'm freezing because I don't burn hot. I really dislike cold weather more than most, I feel like. But at any rate, we have the fan on in there all the time, and they're not cold at night. So just depending on your body temperature and where you're at, you might consider having a fan on all the time. So I want to wrap things up. I usually try to keep these closer to 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Sometimes we go over, but I do want to wrap things up here. If you guys are interested in so what we've done is we put a little bundle together for you. We put together Maca, and we put together liquid magnesium and our magnesium spray. We put that in a bundle on our website, trueformlife.com. We've discounted that bundle at 20% off. So that's just if you guys are watching this or if you're watching the replay, and we're going to remove that in 2 days. So that's not going to stay on the website. So that's just a thank you for coming in to check out the show. If some of these tips help, if you wanted to try any of those supplements, fantastic. If not, then hopefully some of the other tips I gave you will offer some help as well. And then the last thing I want to mention is that if you have anyone that could benefit from this show, if you could tag them, that'd be fantastic. We grow almost 100% organically through word of mouth at this time. So it really means the world to us. It could change their life. It could offer them benefits, and it'll definitely make a difference for us as well. So if you have anyone that you'd like to tag, I would like to offer a bonus or a prize, but I feel like that kind of takes away just the just being offering good energy, right? Like, I think I know what you mean. I don't want to say I'm only going to give those people a prize that will tag, because I think that there's people that would do that out of the kindness of their heart. At any rate, and then the last thing is if you're looking at some nutrition or fitness help or assistance, given it's the new year, we have a 14-day challenge that starts on Monday. So today's the last day to register. Today's a little bit crammed to get you in and prepped, but we're going to do nutrition, meal planning for you, grocery shopping list. We're going to give you access to our app to get you workouts in, so you can help start making changes in your life, get you motivated and set with a proper plan as you move through into the new year. So if anyone's interested in our 14-day challenge, shoot me a message and I'll send you details to see if that's something you want to participate in. That's all I have. Thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful day wherever you are. Stay warm up there, and I will see you again. Bye, everyone.